Welcome to episode 78 of our Football Manager Hobo Hero series. I didn't stumble over the greeting, that's great. Well, we are still in the preparation, I guess prior to preseason. There's a recruitment meeting coming right up and, well, we will go back into training fairly soon. Here we are. So, yeah, approximately 1.5 weeks. We still have some squad building to do, so we'll do that, and we'll take our time. That's the premise of today. We might also arrange friendlies. We will sooner or later need to deal with this. We should probably have a look at overall squad happiness. All three of them are important players, so yeah, we may as well waste some money on them. I'm not so sure if I want to though. Maybe replace them. Hard to tell. The good part is it didn't spread to the rest of the squad just yet. And I think I realized that Sembilan are interested in a transfer of Van Lalpega. I've seen worse ideas. So let's ask the agent first. There's one club currently interested. Sembilan, okay. Well, let's try to do that. I won't transfer list him, but maybe they want to make an offer anyway. Otherwise, I guess we need to have a look at the squad overall. So, these two are definitely not coming in. Juan, Amat, Van Lalpega, and Elbak. I guess it's like this these days. So, theoretically, Amat could play there. I doubt that that will happen fairly often. Juan can play there, that's for sure. And these two, well. Let me put it that way. We may well sell Amat or at least loan him out. Maybe to one of our feeder clubs. Which, by the way, reminds me. Can we get an additional feeder club, please? Oh, I can't ask again. I also think we should probably loan some of these to our, whatever the name of the club was. I really need to remember this. SSTMI. So we could loan some of the under 19 players to SSTMI. Preferably those that need playing time, and maybe, just maybe, they pay part of the wages too. Well. If I move him like this till the end of the season, third role, I don't think we need to set one. Embark would be a star player, okay. If we loan him out like this, I don't think he will be paid for though. That said, the one star players I don't think we need. Well, for our own under 19s performance, obviously. But then again, we can loan them out. They probably get better match experience or similar at SSTMI. So I think I'll try to get rid of some of these. Don't care about the role, we'll see. Still to be considered a star player there, that's not bad. What's with Johari? I think that's more of a central defender, if anything. They can only loan players that are under 17. I see. And the siblings club Sarawak doesn't play, does it? Video. They played a ton of friendlies last season against us. And apparently once against Cushing under 21s. Yeah, so there's no playing time to be had there. I'm not so sure about Malik. Currently operating at Liga M3 level. He did spend last season at Project FUM MSN. Whatever that is. We may be able to loan him out again. But there does not seem to be major interest in him. So say we take that money away here. Maybe make it in euros or something. Oh. Yeah. I remember. So let's make it 0 and try to get rid of him. I doubt that it'll work though. Dot. Well, we don't need him. Right? Ballsy. Central defender and a stopper. I've seen worse. I think he can't be loaned out just yet. He's too young. Baharindo is 17 years old. He's unambitious. I'd rather for him to play. Says regular starter, that's fine. Actually, I don't care. Just play him somewhere. I mean, I guess defensive midfielder would be best, but... This Abdullah person is also 17. Mohd Fadil Abdullah. Alright. Wait. Obviously. And then we're going into the trash territory, I guess. Sure, play them both. Why not? It's the same for Amat. If he's not needed in a mentoring group, which he is to a degree. Well, let him. Oh no, he's 19. Never mind. What was I thinking? Okay, so we offered a few players to our feeder club. Maybe that helps a little bit. Should we transfer list him? They're unwilling to make an offer right now. That or we keep him. should probably also think about a goalkeeper backup. Otherwise, the players might be disappointed. Probably one for cheap. Right back position is more or less covered. The entire attacking midfield and striker position is more or less covered, I think. And we still don't know for sure about Bauru, but we'll probably be able to make a deal with him. Ankun, not so sure. Mazren, also doubtful. There's also no backup behind Mazren, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I thought we signed somebody yesterday, but I don't think we did. Nah. We signed a right back. That's it. Okay. Don't know why he is on the shortlist in the first place. Maybe on the released players shortlist. Ratsali removed from shortlist. I don't know that person. That said, we can probably scout Cushing at this point. If I find it. Well, usually I would scout them. But apparently I can't. An offer from Mazlan. He's on the released shortlist. Not too bad, but not that impressive. We don't really need strengthening in that position. He's a former player of ours, apparently. I might have let him go at some point, I'm not sure. Did he play? Well, not for me. He might have been released prior to us getting the job. And I don't think I want him. Go away. This here, we could use a goalkeeper. Just want to make sure. We'll look into the squad planner. So we have somebody on the shortlist here. On the recently released shortlist, that is. And I don't want to pay that much for a secondary goalkeeper. I realize that this is probably reasonable in a way, as a wage. But I'd prefer a wage below 100. So this one won't do. And we need to find somebody. 1.5 star, 2-star territory. Either with potential or with basically not much of a downside. So I don't know, an older one that wants to cash in on an additional year, something like this. I doubt that we will find somebody that's cheap though. So we're looking for a goalkeeper. Right, what's available? So we have cheap. It's just trash like this. We have an our youth team. So that won't help. This is a little bit more expensive. 22 years old. Could be worse. Agility is lackluster though. Positioning's 5. Wow. I mean, I guess that's not a lot of buck, but also no bang. Rashid's 27. Joffrey's 26. The trade seems to be fitting. Personality isn't that impressive. Rashid is not much better. Same here, trade's fitting. Personality is not that impressive. Just seems. I mean, I guess from the financial perspective, this does not seem too bad. Command of area is 2 though. Wow. Not even as a backup. I don't think so. Ramudin, maybe we could make a deal for 150, but that's rather expensive from my perspective. So I doubt that that'll be a thing. And then there's Diamond Limb. We don't know about the rest. I mean, I guess a loan would do. These are foreign players. General, I have no issues with foreign players. The league rules do, though. I'd rather have a multicultural squad, but apparently that's not a thing in Malaysia. And it seems like we have a bunch of options here, but we have no idea about them. So we'll give them a trial and see. Not that many, is it? No. So maybe it's above or beyond 30. But there might be the odd youngster in there that's interesting. I just need to restrain myself and avoid signing another 5 players that are goalkeepers and might be acceptable. Bunch of bids rejected. Few accepted. We should sign him as an assistant manager, it says. I don't think so. Don't want to pay that. We would need to pay compensation, and I think that's like 6.5 or 7k. Sean, good mental coach. True. For 85 euros. Same here. I do not think we need an additional coach right now. Not yet, anyway. But it's good to know that we can finally poach stuff from other clubs again. That's not as good as signing them from the free market. Okay. He was on the short list, so now he's gone. Which reminds me, we have made an offer for... Great. Where is he? For Omar. Ryan Kama Aslan. That will be the second improvement of the squad. Hopefully we'll pull that off. But he was in talks with somebody else. So I guess fingers crossed. No. Hitting the button obviously helps. Bunch of youngsters. The left back position is also an issue. I should probably have a look at that. First of all, though, there's a bunch of trials. Okay. Wow. That's more than a bunch. I'll just throw them all into the under 21s for now. Same here. Okay. So left back position. In theory, that's Mazrin's. Problem is Mazrin wants a contract for like 400 euros, if I recall correctly. Should be somewhere. Well, okay. He's a reasonable person. Between 275 and 350. So L-box level. I doubt that he's worth that. He had a 6.88 rating so far in the last season. Yes, we were crowned champions and so on. But, well, the upside is very limited. Yeah, I would probably pay as much for somebody with even better personality. In his case, though, training level usually was okay. The progress, though, is inexistent. He's at the end of his potential. More or less. Which means, well, he has potential to be a decent Liga Super left back, it says. So, say he gets there. Within the next 3 years, 300 euros a week is still a lot of money for us. So I doubt that that'll happen. As a result, I'm not so sure about that. So he's most likely either backup or we keep him like that until we find better. Maybe, I don't know, find a 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old. I think the rule is to sign people below the age of 20. Or was it? Yeah, under the age of 20 for the future. So preferably would be great to have somebody that is less than 20 years old. So we would abide by the rule. He's on a month-to-month contract now. That's not horrible. We can keep him like this until he decides to be pissed off and leave. So I don't know for how long. For now it will do though. So we need a second option on the left back position for sure. Preferably somebody that's slightly weaker, slightly better, so actually worth the money. Or, well, somebody on his level, but with better personality, or a combination of the benefits, obviously. I don't think we have anyone. Let's have a look at the right back position for a second. Khairil Hisham is very similar. So, I think, where is it? Doesn't even show. But Khairil Hisham could use a contract too. I think it's too much money there, if I recall correctly. Might as well discuss it with the agent, but he's paid 90 euros per match for now. So that's like 60 or 70 euros a week, maybe, if he plays a ton of matches. But if we pay him a base wage, obviously we don't have insurance for him being hurt anymore. Susceptibility to injury is still above average, whatever we do. So giving him a real contract, I don't know. Depends. Yeah, fuck that. See? So he wants between 325 and 375. Now between 300 and 350. So I don't think I will offer a contract here. Or the contract negotiations will fail or something. Probably the agent will come back to me with it. But I doubt that I will do that. And it's the same with Shane Thomas Baru. I think his wage requirement was a little bit lower, but he wants to be regular starter. Not sure if I can guarantee that. Yeah, it says between 180 and 220. So 6.77. He wants to be regular starter and wants basically double the wage he has right now. And his susceptibility to injury is average. No, above average. Man, it says here. So I don't know. We could probably find better. We just didn't do yet. In this position though, we found somebody that's really cheap. That might be confusing, but this guy is more or less as good as Khairil Hisham. But we pay him the 60 euros a week actually. So this is a long-term backup. Signed him last time. So what's needed? Somebody here. 2 to 3 stars, maybe better. Obviously I would also be willing to spend a ton of money, like 350 or 400 euros a week, if we find somebody that is outlandishly good. But I doubt that we will. These positions here are more or less covered. We have 2 players that are under contract on the left. We have a youngster, 16-year-old, that, formally speaking, is a striker, but we train him on the left wing again. So this position's covered more or less. These two are not entirely interchangeable, but they will do. No issue. And on the right, well, for now, Baru is here. We are also still stuck with Carlos da Costa Lima. Could be way better, obviously could be worse. We'll try to get rid of him, but I doubt that we will. So, not exactly keen on spending a lot of money there. And the star signing, I guess, is destined to come in here. Which means Norman Ankun is not that important anymore. So, he's surplus. And we will not pay him the 450 euros or whatever the agent demands. I did not throw him out yet though. He's still club captain. And I may keep it that way. For Ankun? I don't think so, no. Where is it again? Well, apparently he... not that rich though. Also, I want to use that money on staff. And on scouting. Preferably on scouting, actually. So... I don't know. I think... Ankun is not as optimized for the role that I want him to play in the squad, that I'm happy with it. Obviously not a horrible player, at a 7.11 rating last season. so he can definitely contribute. But we'll see. If the former Man City player comes in, Omar, if I recall correctly. Not yet. Not yet. And I'm hoping he does, but where is it? Omar is, well, he might join Sabah, he might join Kuala Lumpur. I don't know. I'm seriously hoping, obviously, that we will get him, but I can't promise. So, left back, prior to skipping forward. Goalkeepers, we had a look now. Not convinced by anyone. This one's interesting, but way too expensive. We had a look at him, right? Let him come down from his high horse, maybe then, but also he's a foreign player, not sure. Zakaria, yeah, this is great and all, but, well, actually I'm not that convinced tackling 6. He's also damn expensive, so I doubt that. Safri, 21-year-old from Sembilan, it could be worse. He's also fairly pro, but looking at the attributes, I think we denied that, well, not denied, we declined the option so far, and I think that's fine. Kamarudin, the wage would probably be okay for Kamarudin's level. He's rather slow though, crossing and dribbling could do with an improvement. The mentals and the defensive capability are fine. So in general, I'm interested in him. Problem is, well, I guess we could try to buy him outright. So a loan in theory is an idea too. But I tried that last time. We could actually try to just buy him. It would certainly help the personality of the squad. He does have good personality overall. My issue is also with the development though. In theory, he should develop like really well, but he didn't. So he might be one of these people that look like they have a ton of potential, and then they sit around and rot on the bench for, I don't know, 3 seasons, and in the end you realize, okay, he wasn't worth the money. So I'm willing to spend, I don't know, 5k on him or something. But not 150. Or whatever they want. On the other hand, this is, I guess, from the personality, from the perspective of reasonable young signings, this is one of the best we know. So if we spend money on a transfer, it's probably here. So obviously we want to offer them to get rid of him for free. They want 53k and the percentage of the next sale. So say we put that to 30. How much are we willing to pay? Yeah, immediately, obviously. We also pay a few installments, that's not a problem. So say we pay 10k and maybe also performance based. If we win the league again. Is paid every single time? I guess so. So if we win the league again, they get an additional 2.5k. Maybe. Could also put in something like this. So in that case, we would. Okay. In that case, we would have the money because we achieved something. I still want 55. How much is he worth? It would be 29k for him. At worst. They want 42 now. No. No. We can have so many players here. We will find some left back. Well, maybe not this one. And we don't really know about him. Shortlisted though, probably recently released, that's it. So same here. There's a few left backs still to look at. We'll try some trials and maybe that helps a little bit. Sure. Building for the Champions League. Thanks, man. And cheers. These all seem very trustworthy already. Board's happy with us. By the way, Journalot asked me in Twitch chat, so off the Discord server, if we can hire a head physio for even higher wages. So I did try that off stream. I think they thought it was a good idea to offer additional money maybe for a head XYZ, but that doesn't work. It's still 100 euros a week. So we have a physio now. We have a scout. No, we don't have a scout. Did we sign? Well, anyway. The head thing doesn't really... Sorry, Mies. Didn't work. He went to Sabah. He's dead to us now. Or if we meet him in a match, he may as well be. Okay. Alright. So, these two, they play for SSTMI next season. Yes, it is. It's also, well, it's just one team, but I fear facing them already. Sure, there you go. Apparently they need half a squad. Cool. Shimelis Yilma is recommended for us. Anyone remember that guy? I don't think we'll bring him in. Not like he's bad, but we sold him for a reason. Primarily the nationality, actually. Oh, I will, don't worry. He has 9 points of dribbling though, so that might be an issue. On the other hand, he's weak. Physically. So maybe that works. We'll see. But joining Sabah, obviously, he's dead to us now. Until, well, if he comes back in, maybe we will accept him. I'm not sure though. Why can't I scout Cushing? I did try to get a team report recently, or whatever you do here. Doesn't work. Can't you usually just sign their squad and then have a look at the potential loan players? Why is that not a thing here? We do have a scout. Here. This is our scout. No. I did get a message that they did make an offer, but it wasn't that far off. And they pay him 300 euros a week now. To be honest, I'm not sure what we offered yesterday. I would need to have a look. But I doubt it was about the money. It usually isn't. Well, to be fair, Sabah is the bigger club. I'm not sure about the reputation anymore. Yeah. Sabah is also the club with the bigger reputation. Yeah, well, but it will not be about the 50 euros though. I doubt that. It may well be about the reputation. Or it's just bad luck. That happens. We didn't increase a lot though. If we manage to remain on the league next season, we will probably move up in the 1.5 star territory. That's not too bad. Can't get a team report anywhere. Well, we might as well organize friendlies. So we will start with the Piala Sumbang C, Malaysia. I probably butchered that real hard. That's the starting match against Selangor into the season. So it's a very hard one. We should be fairly well recovered at that point. Playing against Sarawak, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. We might do a friendly against Kuching though. Because why not? The league opponent after all. As they say in German, Härtetest. And it will probably do. Put at least one friendly a week in here. Who else is available there? Kelantan. They must accept this proposal due to a clause in a previous transfer offer. Nobody will watch it though. Per week? What I can do is put the one against Kelantan in here. That will not earn us any money. Oh, yeah, I see. Well, none of these will bring in money, so I guess that one needs to go. You gotta be kidding me. So now this is the one on Saturday. Apparently this is too early. Just foreign teams available. Can we visit somebody? I mean, where's Persipon? Oh, that's Indonesia. Yeah, great. We make a trip to Persipon. I will Google this now. It's in Pontiac, and that's That's fairly close, yes. So this is, well, Borneo is a big island, and Kuching is all the way to the west, more or less, to the northwest. Pontianak is similarly to the northwest, but more to the west than to the north. So that's fairly close. It's a short trip. That's why we are allowed to do it. This here. Maybe we can also visit a foreign club here. We might visit Kuching. But what? Oh, come on! That's why I don't use that menu. See? It's very easy. So, we won a friendly match away from home against Persephone here. And we have an away match here too. Court will not sanction this friendly as it is too far to travel. That's sad. It's likely that Sabah will consider this too far to travel. Well, great. In that case, we won't go there. Kuching will not be able to do a second friendly again. So we'll slap in the one against Kelantan, I guess. Here you go. Now we have that one here. Great. So there is an agreement that we play a friendly once a season, but apparently it's not needed. Because they're not interested anyway. We could travel there. It's all in Indonesia. Oh no, they could travel to us. But that's still a ton of money and we don't earn shit from these friendlies. Great. So away from home? We have the exact same options here. Why not? We'll do a random trip to a grayed out club in Indonesia. That's alright. We'll do a tour. Well, a short one anyway. Once over the border and then back. That's not too bad. Kelantan don't want to. Okay. Oh. Well, apparently I offered twice to Kelantan. And we will do the Indonesia trip. Cool. So what's missing? Here. Given that we visit these two. I'd love to go to Sabah. That's too expensive though. So we'll just invite a random tiny team. I guess lottery it will be. Why not? This all is wrong now. Great. One Alpica is still wanted. We could try to transfer list him, but that would probably devastate whatever value he can generate. No. I don't want to set them at all. That's somewhat concerning. So, did we find a left back? No, we didn't yet. Did we find valuable players in here? Apparently. Wow. Well, I guess Baru can leave. Participation is low though. Good player for Liga Super Sides. Is he? Why is there no money in the scouting report? I compare this with Baru for a second. So I say Baru can leave. Because apparently Mr. Coogan is way better. I know he's 29, so he will probably decline fairly soon. Not a great transfer. Wants to be star player. Tell me you want 100 euros. Slightly above what we are used to pay. Right. Gabonese goalkeeper. That will not help much. Arsenal is a central defender. Not very strong though. Samri is a midfielder. Like, well. Reminds me of Ankun in a way, just without the long shot. Not really convinced. Maslan is a left back. Do I know Maslan? Former Perak player. That any good? Well, his marking is decent, tackling's alright, defensive capabilities in general seem to be okay. Passing's a bit low, crossing could be better. That said, he has more than 1 point of dribbling, so that's a positive. Compared with Mazrin, well, first of all, the names are fairly similar, so that would be funny. Is that a good signing? Depends on the money, obviously, but he's not as pacey as Mazrin. He might do though. Depends on the money involved. See, no notion of susceptibility to injury. Character isn't impressive. Wants to be important player. Wow, okay. Well, then I can as well keep Mazrin, right? That's the former SSTMI player. Let's wait for the rating. So I don't think he'll be fit to play in the senior squad just yet. But I still think he's 1.5 to 2-star territory. And maybe he's willing to sign for cheap these days. Okay. I'm not impressed just yet. Where was that? Oh, he made a whole 4 appearances. Wonderful. Effendi, left back, 18 years old. I mean, he's Liga M4 level apparently, so he's not good enough. There's another one here. We'll wait. The trials end at some point. We'll wait. Yeah, that'll probably be a bit hard on them. We train match tactics. Okay, great. Also great. From a Pahang goalkeeper. So I'm sure his wage requirements will be very reasonable. And Aslan moves too. Alright. We don't get any money for that, sadly. Okay. Hmm. Of course he follows up. I think we'll ignore this. Both of them have issues, obviously. Ancuna as well as Diego, if we play them as segundo volantes. That's not defensively viable. On the other hand, it's the best I can think of right now if I want to include that role. And well, it was a promise. I'm obviously, like, I'm not stuck to this. But we could just try to retrain them in a way, even though they're older. Then again, it's a more defensive-minded role. And well, as players age, they usually are more capable to do stuff that requires some mentals. Nobody wants to be sports scientist. Come on, somebody, somewhere. Please. Recruitment meeting, okay. Let's go. This is fantastic. I couldn't click through these menus myself, thank you very much. Expiring contracts, one in the under 21s, Dean. His contract expires? His contract expires. So... yeah, and there's a bunch of players here, sure. Theoretically, we could also promote Malik to the senior squad. He's not horrible. We should offer a new contract to Vandal Pekaguit. Well, if the game says so. No. Bunch of players that are listed. for loan, I guess. Yes. No transfer activity right now. I will not set 15 focuses for the scouting department that does not exist. I don't think it makes sense. We could still use a defensive midfielder too. So, Said Zakaria plays as a ball-winning midfielder. I think it is one of his best roles after all. So he will do there. No issues. Say we use him like this. That might even help him to develop a little bit physically, which is needed. He's still young though, so he'll get there. So Ankun plays here. Megamanami is not a great defensive-minded guy. Best I can think of is train him in attacking midfield, but he's not viable there either. Well, I mean to a degree, most likely. Back here, like I guess Segundo Volante it is. If we want to use him that way. So that means we have too many of these players already. Yeah, so we need a ball-winning midfielder. Or we could use one. Let me put it like that. Which means we have a look. There's somebody that will not complain if we let him replace Zakaria. And Zakaria will most likely play 80% of the matches. Expensive, expensive, expensive. Tolerable but rubbish, apparently. Yeah, that is not a defensive-minded player to me. We had him here. He's trash. But he costs 30 euros a week, if I see that correctly. And transfer value is fairly low. We might loan him again. Or you want to get rid of him, right? Apparently they want money for him. Okay, in that case, nope. There's no extension clause. No, 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 no. We don't pay the wages. We also want to be able to terminate this. He can play in cup matches and against the own team, please. He's not a regular starter. We will not select anything here, and then we will find out. If it contains a sensible future fee. Okay. In that case, probably not him. Abba. Again a Perak player, I recall him. Can't pass a ball though. That's not the level we're looking for, is it? Might as well use Malik in that case. Wherever he is. Here. Where's Baldwin, a midfielder? Here. Physically weak. Well, at least he has some upside. So move him to the senior squad, remove him from the short list. Where is it? Oh, it's... I'm also thinking we should probably do something similar in the balanced formation. Okay. Well, that's the one that we didn't want anyway. That's alright. Trials finish here and then there prior to our friendly against the Indonesian club. Okay. Everybody signs players and we're like, oh, it'll be okay. We'll find somebody. Free agent offers. 110 to 150. Well, that's lower than what Mod Jalil earned. Do we want a second Zakaria? That would be really funny. Also highly confusing, and he's 29 and tackling's bad. I don't want that, no. Joffrey though. The one-on-ones are 4. Ugh. Okay, say he's backup goalkeeper. He would be backup, man. Nice. Thanks for the talk. Not what we're looking for. All the left backs are gone. That's the correct one. You'll see. We'll sign Marco Bugli at the end. Or this guy from Tahiti. To be fair, he looks British. Actually, or I don't know. Oh, he's half French. Okay. Marc Imet, probably. Early signs of a last resort signing, yeah. We are not in the last resort territory just yet. Barely know any free signings there. Dead, or we loan somebody again. Cameroonian, for example, but he's not. Could also sign somebody from Sabah. A 33-year-old that has no long-term future. Played 11 matches last season, 6.7, that's not impressive. Oh. Well, he's bad. But he has good person. Don't, Chris. Don't. Just don't. Coach and ad finds additional staff that would be willing to work for us. That's not bad. Now the only problem is they are all employed. So we would need to pay compensation everywhere. It would be really boring, but theoretically we could also just play the 4-3-3 again, right? Not with Register though. Well, we may as well, but he didn't really do well as a Register. We could just use him in a defensive role and fashion. Keep the old stuff going. And, well, that wouldn't use Juan very much though. So he would actually need to be retrained for the right wing. I don't know. He's not fast enough for that. Technically gifted though. Many contrasting personalities throughout the club, obviously, of course. Well, he's too expensive. And most of the rest is not really needed. Okay, so the registers all of the youth players. Alright. And here. McManamy? The under 19s. Okay, sure. Of course, register him, no issues. Point 7 is not registered. Why? This Wijaya person. It's a bunch of youngsters here. What? Maybe we'll get some recommendations from an agent or two. Nah, who cares? He'll be fine. Dribbling, yes, he can do that. Take more risks, well, in a way. Get forward, definitely. And move into channels, he's great at that. It'll be okay. The passing he will learn at some point. Won't be perfect, but it will be way better than what we have, what we had. Dugan completes his trial. Well, if we want to annoy the living shit out of Baru and spend all of our budget on one player, then why not? We could sign him. He's 29 though, so that's definitely blowing everything out of the window. Arsenal arguments very similar. Mazlan. Might as well pay it for Mazrin. I'm not sure which one is the better one though. So they have very similar wage requirements. And the issue, same age. Report says no susceptibility to injury on either of them. Interesting. Apparently Mazlan is a decent Liga super fit though. That said, he's not integrated in the squad. Mazrin on the other hand is. But he has barely any potential. Shall we give Mazrin a contract though? I didn't find any good alternatives so far. And well, assuming the physical side goes down by a point at some point, he will probably get some mentals and some technical skill. So he also had a 6.88 last season. How much does he want? Between 275 and 350 per week now. Do I really want to spend it on Mazrin though? Current contract contains high bonuses though. I don't think he's bad. The issue with him is we have like 12 playmakers at field. So I don't think we need him. Lol. Okay, you do that. Obviously, we could also try to look for loans. Can I? Okay. He's on the short list of released players. Interesting. Released from armed forces though, and I don't think I want him. Why did I not ask the director of football, by the way? And more importantly, why did nobody remind me? We have a director of football that actually knows what he does. So let's ask him for a goalkeeper transfer. He even knows Indonesian players. A Spanish goalkeeper that earns 50 euros a week right now, and contract runs out. What? And a 24-year-old Indonesian again. Well, I will offer trials. Who knows? For goalkeeper, I could also deal with, I think, maybe a loan or a free transfer. Free transfer is available. Yeah, we know this one. Bit on the expensive side for my taste. Loanee. Muhammad Zaki, Indonesian. He's listed for loan or what? Okay. Well, we don't know him. So maybe they're willing to part with him for now. Next, let's have a look for left backs. Nice. A Belarusian one. Rao from Fiji. I mean, I guess we need to find some international players somehow, but I will probably not look into the international teams again, given how much our director of football seems to throw around foreign players these days. Miroslav Stojanovic, a Serbian 24-year-old. Okay. That's an Indonesian player that plays for Barito Putra right now. He's listed for transfer for 6k. Yup, Jonathan. Johor DT under 21s. Good pace, good acceleration, balance is decent, no dribbling whatsoever. Crossing's okay. Anticipation is good, decision making's good, positioning's good. Teamwork and work rate seem decent, stamina's alright. Technique's there, tackling's there, marking's there, passing's there. He's not good at throwing the ball. And his composure is fairly low. So we can't sign him. Yeah, that's how it works. But at first glance, this looks like a good signing, doesn't it? In particular, that this is one that we could get for a loan. I don't know about the personality though, so could be really bad, could be really good. Should we spam sign him? Just to bite Terengano's hands off? The attributes seem fine. That or we scout him. I'll offer a trial for 2 weeks. I don't think he will come. But that's the one I'm interested in. Yup, Jonathan. Okay. Oh, well, the Stojanovic guy is willing to come in for a trial though. He doesn't have a specific portrait, I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay. I don't think I want to sign another foreign player though. We need to get rid of a foreign player first. Preferably Da Costa Lima, Amat, and I don't know, Van Laut. Okay. Could be worse. How's the money here? 85 to 120. Malaysian goalkeeper with bad positioning and bad anticipation and agility. He's balanced though. He's 27. Might have problems with injuries. Never mind. We have a goalkeeper that has problems with injuries. We don't need a second. Oh, recruitment analysts. Okay. He earns nothing. So we don't need to pay compensation for the former club, do we? He's really bad with tactical knowledge, but as a recruitment analyst, he needs to have judging play ability, which he doesn't have either. That said, he's good at analyzing data. Let's bring in this person. At least for a year. We'll start with 80. 85 maybe? He's pleased with almost reached a deal. Great. We'll stick to 85 in that case. Fantastic. I did not expect to sign a recruitment analyst, but whatever. That's what we get. I'm not sure if I ever had one though. We did have a recruitment analyst for half a season or something, right? Don't know what he did. That's okay. Default shortlist. Oh no. This one. Hopefully, scouting somebody in Johor's under 21s will not cost us 5k. Where's the scouting budget? Okay. Scouting budget says 5.25. So, I will send one scout for 1 week. It will cost 90 euros. Yes, we can afford 90 euros. That's okay. I really feared it was more. So, does this mean that sending them to Indonesia is actually cheaper? Because it's closer? Seven people want to be assistant manager. Well, they could be. He's trash. He's not much better. Nah. I don't think we need an assistant manager in that case. We did have somebody on a staff shortlist though, didn't we? Oh. Krasniki. And who are you? Oh, that's the one we just offered the contract to, okay. So, this Razak person here is a physio. Not sure why he's on the list, probably because he's on the contract and we could afford him. This Krasniki person here is without a contract and we want him to be scout for us. So far he bit our hands off. And it remains that way. If he ever considers to start working as a scout though, I will definitely try to get him. That would be great. Just imagine the youth intake. Okay. Was this somebody that we were interested in? Oh, I'm not sure. Who's on our shortlist? Oh. I'll have a look. right after I'm done with this one. Balanced media friendly Argentinian. Argentinian? Speaks Spanish and nothing else. Amount of area is concerning. He's 23 years old and obviously way too expensive for us. That's sad. There's a slight difference in skill. And he's listed for loan. I need to get rid of a foreign player. So Chin Sung could go back into his backup role, maybe. I didn't exactly expect to improve goalkeeper position, but that's a good offer. Isn't it? Or am I don't know. Am I confused or something? What do you think? Ezequiel Daniele. Ezequiel Ignacio Daniele, obviously. So we could just call him Denny. Or Ezequiel. One-on-ones are fairly low, sadly, and the positioning's low too. The rest of the attributes seems okay though. Never played a single match for River Plate. Is this worth alienating Jinseo Sum though? That's the question. Because Jinseo Sum will be pissed if he simply loses his spot there. You think so? It's only for a year though, we can't afford him. No. I'm talking about a loan. Yep. Good talk. That's it. Never mind. Not gonna spend 60 or 70 k on him. Well, he might be available for 30. But looking at the amount of money that he earns, even if we spend 500 on him, probably not worth it in that case. So, thank you very much. Nice recommendation. I tried. So, I have that going for me, which is nice. To be fair, I like the fact that the scouts actually come up with stuff. Not sure where this comes from, but there seems to be some know-how somewhere. Well, for friendly, this is enough. It'll do. I'm considering if we should change. So this can probably remain the way it is. But I'm considering if we should change this, the defensive formation, to one that includes two white players that are a little more up front. On the other hand, they actually know how to play this. It's with Ankun in this position. Can still be central midfielder on attack, maybe. to support movement forward a little bit. So he knows how to do that. This is obviously wrong, but well, in that case, Diego still has a role to play. If we want to shut up shop. That might work. Oh. Somebody applied for the scouting role. Somebody that I don't want. I want that other guy. The one that has know-how about foreign countries. That would be fantastic. Okay. Code of conduct. Is there anything in particular here that's... No, it's fine, isn't it? We'll keep it like that. Get feedback on how they are feeling for the upcoming season. Well, in that case. Here you go. Code of conduct has been accepted. Well. Promises? No. Shall we talk about the Supi Piala FA? That's a cup. I'll be aiming to reach the latter stages. I'll be aiming to reach the Supi Piala FA competition proper. Well, this one means we are qualified for the Supi Piala FA competition proper anyway, aren't we? So this is not that ambitious. I might not agree with this though. It's a weird situation. I will actually hit this button. It might go wrong. That sounds good to me. Brilliant. So aims for the Liga Super. Shall we talk to them about it? Do you think it's worth it? Because we were crowned champions last season and the board still expects us to get relegated this season. Well, they expect us to fight and not get relegated, but they expect us to be down there. I think I'll skip that. No promises. Okay, that was a fairly good talk. Welcome back to training. Which reminds me of Malik. His training will be... He has decent positioning. He can shoot. He can pass balls. His physicals are a bit low. He can take free kicks? Okay. That's not bad. We'll try. Staff meeting, sure. Give me a summary. And then we'll do a short trip over the border to Indonesia. Oh, okay. So, this is a former feeder club player of ours. Considered to be 2-star. Good vision, good technique, good first touch and decision making, as well as flair. Definitely a playmaker-ish type. I suppose we might have issues finding a spot for him in our squad though. That said, in comparison to Van Lalpeka, we'll just do this now. Where is he? Good. There. In comparison to Van Lalpeka, he's slightly gifted in everything but the physical department. He's 3 years younger though. And he's spirited. He's also Malaysian in comparison to Van Lalpeka, which is a big positive and apparently also unflappable. I guess my question is, would we find a spot for him on the bench. Is this something that might happen? If we don't, I don't think it's worth signing him. Well, he might develop well. I don't know. But if we can give him playing time from time to time, that would be great. We do not have an attacking midfielder other than Van Lalpegagoid as a backup, I'm thinking. Obviously, Juan will be number 1 there. So does this guy stand a chance to play here and there? How much money do you want? Breakthrough prospect is fine with me. We can afford that, can't we? I'm not sure about the contract length though. How about this? 1-year contract with an automatic extension if he makes 15 games. That can go away. This, we will reduce this later. That's not too much money, is it? Okay. So 45 and you can keep the signing on fee. Also, he doesn't want a clause for some reason. Okay, let's make it 50. And we will remove the clause, why not? Okay. So the suspicion is he would sign for us anyway. We'll slap that in. Make this 100. And be happy with our new signing. I'm not sure if it's worth it, to be honest. But this is what we get from feeder clubs. Otherwise, he wouldn't be on our radar. Okay. Do you care about this? No, you don't. I do not want a second year here. I want to see if you develop. At that point, he'll be 18. And if we want him to have an additional year, we'll just need to give him playing time. Recruitment analyst. Sure. Welcome. Oh, that's great. All right. So first of all, we have a recruitment analyst. Let's ask for a signing. Second of all, that's fantastic. In Brunei. So he travels a little bit to the east of Borneo, but that's about it. I recently had a look at the map. I now know where Brunei is. Vaguely. But they pay all of his wages. That's exactly what I want. That's great. So sure, obviously I would like to have a fee, but I will not risk it. I'll accept this. Okay, we'll accept this both. Apparently, we cannot generate additional market interest. But we might as well offer him to other clubs again. Maybe somebody else wants to offer even better conditions for Amat. And to be fair, so if you're a fan of Amat for some reason, he might develop there in a way and come back and be useful. I doubt it though. But he might. That's not bad, probably. From a Pahang player. Okay. Oh, we have a physio these days. True. So this one's on trial though. We'll send him home. He has a virus. So now it doesn't spread and we don't really care. He's a trialist after all. We still don't have a backup in the goalkeeper position. That said, Amat leave-in means that we have a foreign player spot open, doesn't it? We can also try again to get rid of Van Lalpeka. Like this. If there's somebody that wants Amat, there might be somebody that wants Van Lalpeka. India is just too far away. And Da Costa Lima the same. I think there has been interest in Da Costa Lima at some point. He may not react well to being offered to clubs. It's for loan, Da Costa Lima. It's for the better of you. McManamy too. We have enough midfielders. I need to get rid of somebody somewhere. They just need to pay the wages. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, first of all, I don't care. But this? So now he's happy with his current contract. For some reason. He decided to shut up about it. For now. Is this a good or a bad thing? At least it means the captain is no longer unhappy. We might just keep him. To be honest, I thought he would leave. But apparently there's no interest in the market for him. He's 34. Wow. Well, if only he had good personality, then I would actually consider that. That's... I don't know. Derry Rahman. Not sure. He's 32. I don't think so. "22 players in the squad. This too big, too small?" These probably don't count. But just to make sure. Yeah. Happiness. Mahazir deserves a new contract, he thinks. Well, Mahazir, to be fair, you don't earn much money. So I guess that's fair. Shall we try to approach this before it becomes an issue? Because I think we can be fairly certain that Mahazir is dead as a central defender. I doubt that we will let him go. He also trains well for some reason. Might be ambition, might be professionalism, might be something else. How much do you think should we be willing to spend? He earns 50 euros right now until 2028. How much is he worth? 7.04 rating last season. I'd say up until 250 actually, he's probably worth it. Well, susceptible to injury, so maybe 200. Obviously, I'd prefer lower. He might not go all that high though. He might have good amount of loyalty. Between 150 and 180. He is an important player, that's fair. Starts at 150. That's not too bad. And it would actually extend his contract for another year. He's 24, so that would bind him to the club until he's 27. I don't have issues with that, not on the central defender. He did improve recently. Well, we don't know about the whole 3 years, but he's vastly underpaid for now. So I'd rather spend money here than on somebody that may or may not work. Obviously, he might have a season that is a little bit worse than the last one, but I still think that's okay. So we'll start with 100 maybe. Pay the agent something. That's all good. This is basically nothing. I don't care. And I don't think we need clauses. Okay. Let's make it 90. Disappointing, he says. Well, we'll go to 100 for you. No problem. We can even have a loyalty bonus now. And avoiding relegation will give you 500 euros, and I will do you one better actually. You will get a Team of the Year bonus if you make it, which is not that unlikely. Something like this. Apparently the agent does not budge. Why not? Okay. €700 performance based. That should do, right? He says we're very close to reaching a deal, so in that case I will not move. That's it. You get another €100. Okay. Where was I? Previous offer was 120, so we stick to 120. You can have that. And then where is he? Mara's here. This will go away. So, money that's sure to be spent first. Don't touch the money of the agent though. On the other hand, he hates me anyway and he doesn't move. I threw so much money at the agent these days. And it just doesn't help. Does anyone know how to improve relationship with the agent? Honest question. Obviously he hates me because I haggle all the time, but well, that won't go away. Do I just need to deal with this? Right. That's too much apparently. Fine. Oh, that's important. Okay. Where did he start? 500 or something, right? Hmm. Okay. Obviously. You know what? Given that he hates me anyway, might as well decrease the fee for the agent. Maybe he hates me because I don't haggle with his fee. That's what's going on, right? He respects me because I'm really cheap. And he thinks I waste money on his fee. Baru and Mazrin. Baru wants, I think, approximately 200. So we just wasted maybe 70 euros a week on Mahazir. Also extended his contract. Club finances say we have 1.3k in the wage budget. Is Baru worth an additional 100 euros a week? And also, well, a real contract actually. His current one is a month-to-month one now. Is he worth, I don't know, 170 euros a week? That's probably where we would end up. What do you think? No comments? That's not much. Well, to be fair, all of the contract negotiations are probably really entertaining. He is a somewhat reliable goal scorer, funnily enough. 6.77 though, it's not bad. It's not impressive either. He won't be any faster anytime soon. I think the playing time did do some good in his case. If you look at this overall. No, great. He made most of the improvements in the last season. So the time on the pitch did help him, in a way. I suspect the technical skill will not improve much. Even though we focus on it these days. But in particular the passing is concerning. The balance, well, it's beyond saving. The rest of it is okay-ish. The off-the-ball movement is also concerning, but that will improve with age. And he's 25 now. He does have crossing, which is a big positive for a winger. We know that it's hard to get somebody that has all of these attributes as a winger. So one could argue this is as good as it gets for that amount of money. And we do not have alternatives that are cheap. Who the hell are you? Sure. I don't even know what country this is. Where is this? Does anyone know? A country in Oceania. Oh, it's an island. Oh, it's that's to the north of New Zealand. North of New Caledonia and to the southeast of the Solomon Islands. Between the Solomon Islands, Australia, New Zealand, and the Fiji island. Tonga also there. I had no idea. So I suck at geography apparently. He's not bad though. Never mind. I just realized that we do not have that amount of money because we spend it on Baru now. So, say we do spend it on Baru so he stops being annoying. That's an increase to, say, 200. But, well, depends. We might end up with 150, who knows. But the assist bonus goes away. Then again, he didn't do much to deserve the assist bonus. So... Oh, I just remembered something. Not Mazrin, the other one, Mahazir. I nearly forgot. We need to put in a relegation wage drop. It's really important, we might get relegated after all. Okay, 5% is 5%. We did it though. Back to Baru. So, at the time speaking, he consumes 2.5% of the wage bill. Wants to be regular starter. Say we make him squad player at least. Happy to move on. He wants 210 euros. That's a bit much. But we can be a bit annoying and start at 130. Assist bonus is way lower than blah blah. 1 year extension after league games if we avoid relegation. That does not matter actually because this clause never triggers. That's so weird to plan with this. But sure, this clause is it didn't trigger last time. Otherwise, he would be, still have a contract. So I don't care about it. This all can remain. The agent fee is fine. It's really just about the base wage here. So it's disappointing, he says. Well, let's do 140. Significantly better. 150 maybe? And all of this stuff I don't care about. Still want some progress. Well, 160 is all I can do though. Ah, that's a ton of money already. So that's basically doubling his wage. The performance-based fees go down though. We might also offer 150. And maybe put in a Team of the Year bonus, because he will not get it. Why is that not possible? Okay. Well, then we'll put in maybe not 30. Here. I think he can do 10 assists and goals. That would be great. And I'm willing to pay him 500 euros for it. 10 is not that much. It is more than what he did last season though. I think he was 3-4 or something. So it's possible for him, but it's not likely. He feels I'm not close enough. Okay. Let's increase this to 160. Bump this up to 750 euros. Well, we'll do it. And we'll slap in another one for an additional 500 euros. And now you will love this. Or you won't. Okay. So in that case, keep your current contract. No issue for me. And then there's Masrin. Masrin is just too expensive. I don't want to pay him 300 euros. Look at Mahazir. Mahazir is way better than you and he accepted, what? 110, 120? Something like that. I think it was 130, but still. I'm not sure if we need that many friendlies, but it'll do. I did ask the director of football for left backs, right? He just comes up with foreign players these days. Which in itself is not a bad thing, but, well, you know. It is what it is. Yeah, thank you. The wage requirement went down though. If I see that correctly. Let's offer a trial to this guy. Come in. Sure. We'll just keep him around. We save 70 euros a week, cause Amat will leave. Will he be missed? Maybe. Shall we set a loan target for him? Any ideas? I mean, he barely plays there, I guess. I won't set him a target. I don't know about the training level and so on. Yes. He'll be back home in his home country. Could I sign Rumley? That's okay. Who cares? Okay. Goalkeeper time. So, this one's balanced, relishes big matches, fairly consistent performer. And we don't know about the money. One-on-ones is fairly bad though. I'd rather have somebody with 7s or 8s everyone. We'll probably not find that though. A very young goalkeeper named Ahmad again. This one is probably not good enough. So far nobody has complained, by the way, about the lack of backup goalkeeper. That's says good player for Liga M3. If I compare that to Masrin, what does it show? That's fairly similar. Does Nodin. He is not susceptible to injury, apparently. Not that I can think of right now. I think most people tend to fiddle with it until it works. And as you can see in my example, obviously there is some very basic stuff that works. then again, what I consider basic, other people probably consider as, you know, I'm not very educated on football. Yeah, and sometimes it's absurdly stupid. I know that feeling. Well, at least the second part. The genius part, I'm not so sure. Me personally. For you, obviously you are. But that's just what this stream does. See? I knew it was coming. my major the major thing here in the way you phrased it is the fact that you switched language for one word on top of that. So you've proven the idiot status already. I'm really proud of you. That happens to me all the time too. For these little words like and. It's basically the same, but a native speaker in English will probably be confused. No, okay. Getting hot in here. But I'm not sure. Also, for Football Manager, there's this thing with asymmetrical tactics and the fact that the match engine might not be able to cope with it that well. So it's okay. That happens. Doesn't matter, man. I just wanted to make fun a little bit. And well, to be frank, you're not alone with this. Yep. So, I think it's hard to determine if learning about FM tactics is learning about football tactics or learning about how to exploit Football Manager. There's it overlaps, and I'm not sure if I want to learn how to exploit Football Manager. For example, I don't know, far post corners, you know, that stuff. Well, anyway, I do not have good recommendations. In fact, I think the one that you recommended was the best I've ever seen. But if I see results that say I won every single match in this season and my squad wasn't even that good, then I'm impressed. I would want a tactical guide by these people, but I never encountered anyone like this. Well, what's partially gegenpress? I'm honestly not 100% aware. So I understand gegenpress, but and I guess I understand pressing zones. That makes sense. You know, where the defensive line is. I also understand pressing intensity. I think in Football Manager they do it according to the instructions. Well, and if there is a chance, that's determined by the decision attributes, isn't it? Okay. Can you do so? I'm just split balling here. Can you do higher defensive? Higher defensive line is basically is a secondary effect, but pressing earlier. But where is it? Let's see. I don't think this is very common though. So you would do a high press, but you would drop off in case it doesn't work. Trigger the press maybe slightly more often, I don't know. And in transition, you would regroup. That feels weird, but whatever, maybe that fulfills what you're looking for. I'm not sure though. Well, you can do more intense pressing, but later. And you can also maybe do it a little bit with the rolls and specific instructions. Like, I don't know, this stuff. The defensive wingers, for example, they are lower on the pitch, but they tend to press fairly hard. And same with Elbak, for example. Elbak does run around a lot and press, despite the pressing line being in midfield. So maybe, for example, using 2 defensive forwards, pressing forwards, whatever. So maybe 2 pressing forwards, and the rest of it is more I remain in the back. Yeah. I feel pressing 2 ways seems like something that might not be represented well in Football Manager. That said, if it is, feel free to tell me, because I certainly don't know. Yeah. I think you need to choose one. And the way I understood it so far, which is very limited probably, but the way I understood it so far is you want to press basically in the space you determine is most likely to recover the ball. I know, duh, big statement. But say they have 2 central midfielders with low strength, dribbling, composure, and maybe even bad first touch. We encountered that. I realize it's not common. In that case, we would want to press in the middle of the pitch. On the other hand, if they have nervous central defenders that can't pass the ball around at all, maybe pressing higher up on the pitch is the better choice. But, you know, you're fucked if they find a way to play around your pressing forwards. So, I guess what you're trying to set up might also be influenced by the opposition. And as a result, maybe it's better to adapt it to the opposition all the time. But then again, isn't that football philosophies in a way? Because some people want to do a very similar tactic most of the time, and other people like to adapt it to the opposition. And, well, there's always trade-off. That's not a good signing. Well, it's not bad. He has physicals. Yeah. Well, close down more, but track back. The thing is, with Gegenpress on, obviously you commit to it. And a half-assed Gegenpress is as useless as none. So, I do not have an easy answer for you. Also, this is our backup goalkeeper. I just found him. He's listed for transfer with Kelantan. This is him. He's 22. He has no weakness in the technical department. Positioning's 9. Decision making is shit and anticipation is low. The rest is okay. This is our backup. Yes, he's not impressive, but that's exactly what we're looking for. Now tell me he doesn't cost money. You're talking about stamina, right? So aggression, teamwork, and work rate are well, teamwork is more about tactical stuff, if I understand the description correctly. Yeah. So stamina and work rate, and it's of a particular problem if you have high work rate but low stamina, for example. They might be willing to do it, but they don't have the physical not endeavor, not the endurance, no, whatever. Or the other way around. They have the stamina, but they don't have the mentality. That's even worse. But in that case, I would argue do 2 tactics. Honestly. Yeah, but that's perfect. So you can work with substitutes. Let's have a look at Elbok. Elbok has 7 points of stamina. So that might not seem that low on this level. But with a work rate of 11 and a good aggression, and a decent amount of bravery too, in case it comes to it. You watch the whole season, so you know it. Elbok is the first one to get tired and go off the pitch. Why is that? Well, he's a lone striker and needs to press all the time, and he likes to do it, but he doesn't have the stamina. So as a result, he's tired early, and we need to pull him from the pitch sooner rather than later. That said, usually the match goes well within the first 60 minutes. At least that's our experience. But I rarely did that. So I changed the formations already, but you remember we played a 4-3-3. After the match did go reasonably well most of the time, we sometimes changed it to, well, sometimes we just kept the tactic, but we could also do some defensive stuff with less pressing and a low block. And if the players are used to it, then that might work, if you have the player material. Yeah, exactly. That's true. So that all influences it. But there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to, in fact, do it both ways. You could start with an aggressive pressing tactic, whatever defensive line you choose. It's you know, you can do a low block and aggressive press anyway, and try to force counterattacks low on the pitch, or you can do it way high up on the pitch, depending on the opposition and stuff. But still, it's about the amount of pressing in that case. Obviously, distances will vary and so on and so forth. But you can do that for 45 minutes or whatever, and then go to a low block or even, I don't know, some mid-block scenario that doesn't press that much anymore, because your players tend to get tired too much otherwise. Or the other way around. But that's just different tactics, isn't it? I thought you were more interested in try to press as much as possible up front, and if it doesn't work, track back and do a low block. And I do not think that is represented in Football Manager. And if it is, I didn't find it yet. But that's basically two different pressing systems. Press hard if you find the see an opportunity, and otherwise track back all the way and don't try to press in midfield. That's in Football Manager. That's two instructions if I see that correctly, but I might be wrong. Okay, let me get back to transfers. Well, I wanted to sign this guy. So we don't know about the wage requirements, but we know that he earns 30 euros a week right now. Can I focus you for a second on this goalkeeper, please? Obviously, his decision making and anticipation are really bad. I'm looking for a backup. I'm not looking for somebody that plays the whole season. I'm also not looking for potential, to be honest. But he will probably not complain being second in line. Right? We might as well compare him. It's actually not that bad. But that's exactly what we're looking for, right? In case it comes to it, he can play the odd match. That's fine. Jin Soo-sum has more major weaknesses. Okay, so hopes are he does not want 200 euros. My hope is also, given that they listed him for transfer, that Kelantan are very, very gracious? Words escape me, in a spending mood. This makes me so happy. 15 euros a week. It's virtual money. It's not even real money. I'm still happy. This is exactly what I want. This is just me. I'm a cheap bastard. I think I'm a cheaper bastard in Football Manager than in real life. Then again, not sure. Okay. He's obviously way better. Also damn expensive, most likely. Would be an improvement. Nah, I doubt it. I'm not gonna do that. We have a goalkeeper. We'll keep him. This one is not a good backup from my perspective, so no. But I'm really glad that we offered trials to all of these goalkeepers. This one's shit. Left back. Nah. Nah. I don't think so. Summary. Neither. Simon Smith. He's from the Cayman Islands. So, my issue with this is, well, fairly pro and media friendly is good. I guess I would prefer level-headed or something. But fairly pro is good. The attributes are all over the place, but he's 18 years old. The issue is, foreign players cost 70 euros a week in Malaysia, minimum, league rules. And as a result, or I guess it's work permit rules, whatever. But it is in the league rules. So I cannot sign him because he's not worth that amount of money, and we can't play him anyway. So I'll take a pass. He's Malaysian, also he's useless. I'm really happy that all of these are virtual players, by the way. I would not want to go down as the person that describes every footballer that they don't like as useless. So, if I ever insulted anyone, I formally apologize right now. Probably did apologize a few times. It's a thought that always crosses my mind. Well, he's professional. I didn't expect that. I think I saw him earlier. He's also ohne größeren Mehrwert, without additional value, without bigger additional value. What's Mehrwert in English? Oh. I really like the personality, but he's trash. Sorry, man. Halim, yep, 1 point of communication. That's exactly what I like about a goalkeeper. They put a knot in his tongue prior to training him. Hidayat. Hidayat? That's a Melaka player. I remember the name. Well, former Melaka player. He's also fairly slow. Don't think so. Aussie. Whack. Nope. Don't think so. Die kleine Raupe Hidayat. I'm not. Is this also a children's book in English? Does it exist? It must have been translated, right? 55 for Tsailani, and I'll try to loan him away immediately, if he appreciates it or not. I think that seems reasonable. New signing. Who's Faizal? Oh, that's a goalkeeper, right? Yep. 52. Perfect. The very hungry caterpillar. Okay. So it's not the little hungry caterpillar. Interesting. Well, to be fair, that caterpillar was very hungry, so that makes sense. Okay. He's in the under 21s right now. I will try to train him. Oh. He's not fast. He will not become fast. He's not a good finisher, but he might learn it. 6'6" is not too bad. Doesn't use his vision. Doesn't use the flair. Doesn't use the teamwork. He's a playmaker. Always has been. Always will be. He has stamina though. He has stamina. Well, we'll stick to it for now. Maybe mental... Free kick taking. Let him learn how to take free kicks. And obviously, you will be listed for lone man, if you like it or not. I want you to play. Yeah, now I'm interested. It has been used in the fight against childhood obesity? Okay. Well, I certainly didn't expect that. Maybe. Well, so the lesson of the book is, if you eat this and this and this and that, all of them were plants though, but I guess it still counts. If you eat enough plants, you also get fat. So I guess obesity is still an issue, despite the quality of what you eat. In the end, it's about calories after all. I will probably be hated for that on the internet. But I guess the lesson of the book is, if you eat enough, then at some point you will have your own cocoon, and then you will become a very pretty, whatever it's called, butterfly. A very, very pretty butterfly. So that's a lesson, right? You just need to eat enough. Well, I guess it's not the lesson of the children's book in essence, but this is what obese kids might deduct from it. I'm not sure if that's the right book for this. It doesn't necessarily put an emphasis on the fact that the caterpillar moved a lot, for example. Now we're going back to Football Manager all of a sudden. Okay, he wants to be emergency backup. This is fantastic. That's exactly what we signed him for. He wants 50 euros a week. I can offer 30, man. This is fine. And something like this. It's too far away, he says. Okay. I want to get this done. So I'll offer 45 now. Even though we would probably have gotten him to 40 or something. Okay. It's something. I fucked that up. That was clear. He will not accept this. Oh, he will. Okay. Very interesting. Of course, he insists on 5 euros. Fine. Well, I guess you don't earn that much anyway, so I can see why. You'll see. Since his symbol hurt himself in the first league match, if he survives, preparation for the season, and then we will play him all of a sudden. What about this? Sure! Now we'll include a relegation wage drop if we can. Apparently we can't. Okay. Still okay. Is susceptible to injuries, not a bit. Not much more than Chinsiasum, that's for sure. So that would imply that we have a backup goalkeeper. I can live with that. It's a friendly. We will not watch this. What? No, go away. Oh, that was the issue. Yeah, he also has high susceptibility to injury. Mr. Boogly. So never mind. Amat can go to the under 21s, given that he's out on loan. Don't need him in the senior squad anymore. This is not the tactic we're looking for right now. We'll do something like this. We still do not have a backup for the left back position. Transfers that are going on right now is just a backup goalkeeper, so we need a left back. That's still an issue. Who are you? No, I will not sign a 30-year-old. Go away. I need a left defender. Preferably one that I can afford. I want Kamarudin back. Well, let's try not to be that revengeful. You know? He decided otherwise, we need to accept it. And if by some accident he will get hurt in a match against us, that's just bad luck. We would never explicitly hurt him. Just push him off the pitch. Straight into a wall or something. I don't know. There's always this camera equipment around there. There might be, I don't know, a long pipe or something with a camera at the end. It's not a pipe. What's it called? Whatever. You know, a long stick. I don't think I'm aware of the specifics you reference right now. No. But I can imagine what you're going on about to a degree. Could also loan a player from Sabah. Okay. Yeah, thanks. I'll watch this later though, it has sound. And that would be on the stream now. Yeah, I get it. I'll watch it later, but I can imagine. For now. So, these all here, we did not get on trial. Shall we watch them all for a week? How much does this cost? $2.3K. No, for sure not. He's listed for transfer. He's 33. 33. As a backup, he might do. €90. Yeah, that trip to Sabah we can afford. So same for Itsini probably. The $90 is alright. It's not bucks. The 90, whatever. And do we have a word for euros? Like the bucks for the dollar? Do we have something like this? I'm honestly not aware. What do I call this in German? Well, I guess the slang word for euro, or just for a monetary unit. I mean, there is a lot like I don't know, 90 Kröten or something like that. Yeah, true, but you don't say 90 Knete or 90 Zaster. Penunsen? Never heard that. I'm vaguely aware of I don't know, 90 Ocken or something like that. Not sure what that means though. Just came to mind right now. Somebody would pay most of what Lee McManamy earns. Slotty. In the robot. but Slowpot is Slotty is an actual currency. That might speak volumes on immigration policy in the robot, maybe. Like it's just a thing. I'm not judging it in any way. On the internet, you always need to be careful not to appear racist, even if you are quite contrary to any I don't know, hating foreigners. Groschen, I know, yeah. Groschen is, but isn't the Groschen Pfennig? So the lowest unit. So that would be 9,000 Groschen in that case. Shall we loan him away? That's not bad, is it? Where the hell is this? Yes, United. Lower division in Malaysia. Cool. You are? Well, in Groschen maybe. That's still impressive in Groschen, I think. Yeah, or you are a millionaire and football manager. I can see that too. No, honestly. Can we deal with McManamy not being around? They might send him back if he hurts himself. They also, well, that's just weird. They don't play. They play a friendly last season against us, funnily enough. Oh, one of these. But that has a historical value. That might actually be worth something these days. Just as a reference. So I won't encourage you to sell it, but you know, might be worth something. We'll loan him away. €5 a week we can keep. Well, we can keep paying. I mean, can't just recall him if we need him. Also, that still counts as being in Indonesia. So, he will still continue to gain days to, I cannot pronounce this. Egliability? Not sure how to pronounce it. I think he becomes egligible, I think is the way to put it. I'm really bad at this. Nor wants to do more strength training. Well, do that. Go away. Don't annoy me. No. Oh. For the goalkeeping coach, sure. Then again, he would leave, so probably not. Where are you? I don't care. Oh, interesting. He wants to be signed. In the country-specific thing. Staff attribute. Okay, he's a shitty staff member though. Alright. Well... It's even worse. So I rearranged the order of the letters apparently when I tried to pronounce it. You know what? We'll ask Google Translate. But it's even worse. I have no idea how to pronounce this. I'm sure I learned it at some point. It will be really easy, and then I will be dumb. Feel dumb. Oh, there's an ad break running. So we'll wait until you can hear it. Anyway, this one gets a trial. Training. Morale is important, so we do that. Marcia trains well, unsurprisingly. McMenemy, I just praised him. Norman Unko trains well. Well, that's new. Here it is.
Eligibility.
Eligibility. Really easy. Also, I butchered it. Fantastic. I need to do, I don't know, pronunciation training on stream. That will probably be watched by more than 2 people on top of that. Because I make an ass of myself.
Eligibility.
Eligibility. The run and defense stuff, I think, needs to be used if you have really good dribblers in the squad. So, I think it comes down to the fact, well, no, it comes down to a combination. So, if your dribbling and composure is way better than the opposition's tackling and the timing on the tackle, so tackling, decision-making, concentration, whatever, maybe even aggression, then you are likely to either force set pieces with it, or well, just run away from the defender, because you have good the control of the ball, good ball control in general on your players. So I think it depends on your squad. I'm trying to come up with an example that has really good dribblers. It's basically the team-based instruction of dribble more, right? But the run at defense is rarely useful. Well, but could be. I don't know. Say you are graced with. Where's Baru? Say you are graced with a front 4 that looks like this. Shitty passing, bad vision. Flair might be okay. Decision making not so much. You know that these guys can run with the ball. You also know that they cannot play the pass if they have a gun to their head. So as a result, it's probably a good idea for them to run more often with the ball. Obviously, for like breaking down opposition defense, that's not exactly useful. You need to pass the ball around at some point. So you would use a combination of pass it short, but run with the ball more often than not. Maybe it's a good idea to tell that to the team. On the other hand, like run at defense, that also means that the ones in midfield and so on will do it. So I don't know, low block counter attacking with people that can run but not pass, something like that. I think there's situations for it, but I hope it makes sense. It depends a lot on the opposition too. What did I forget now? Not sure. Might have forgotten something. Fakrola's training, for example. Great work, Fakrola. Alex trains well. That's great. Didn't improve much there. Well, it's not like I know for sure, right? But I think that's also what Guide to FM says. In case of doubt, first read Guide to FM. And after you've understood that, you will probably have more knowledge about it than 90% of Football Manager players. Yeah, but as I said, Guide to FM. I know it's annoying, but the stuff on there is good. Please tell me you have an ad blocker. Where the hell is it? Here. This just for funsies, I'll link you the system analyzer. It's its own hell to deal with, but it's useful. And to be honest, I rarely use that. I just linked that to you to annoy you. You know, I can also troll around, but this is my kind of trolling. Who are you? It's a trialist, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. Don't think so. Neither any of the others. Fair week in training apparently, okay. Well, 7.65 is alright though. Hold on. The others not so much. Okay. We have taken him on trial for a week. For 2 weeks? For 2 weeks. Fairly determined, susceptible to injury. Former Kuala Lumpur player. We can't sign somebody like this. They were relegated. So he must be useless. Flair says otherwise, also the long shot skill. That's not bad. We'll wait. He will probably be one of those that knocks the ball past the opponent though. Like every second central midfielder in this country. Well, also in the league, I guess. I'm not interested in him. Bunch of trials finish. Thank you very much. Also transfers. Make him enemy. And Faizal will come in for him. Oh, that's per month. I see. But 70 euros a week. We got rid of a midfielder that we do not necessarily need. It's not like I hate McManamy. I think he was a reasonable servant for the club. Yeah, in fact, there's nothing to be hated about him. 6.78. 19 appearances. It's not like we didn't use him, so it's alright. But he didn't develop much either. And we know that he's highly susceptible to injury. So it's a good idea to loan him out and hedge that. Get rid of him as long as we can. So now we have dips on the player. He will be away for a season. STR seem not to play in a league, but I don't care. There might be... Actually, they play in the cup competition. Well, that's something. So he can play the cup matches there. And we have the wages hedged and might have dips on him later on. Doesn't matter, perfect. We'll do that. Friendly. Azri Hadi. He's already agreed to sign a new contract. In October. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Well, you can scout him all day long. How much does it cost though? Well, scouting budget will probably be fine. We still have transfer budget. And we can afford a lot more transfer budget this season. given that we will not exploit the wage budget in entirety. We won by 3 goals. Huan scored in minute 40. Norman Ankun scored, and Oleg's apparently a penalty in minute 90 plus 1. Okay. Not bad. By the way, just I guess or I don't. I wanted to say thanks for the second person watching the stream right now. Don't want to call you out by name, but thank you very much for sticking around. In case you're willing to, I don't know, ask or whatever, interested in anything, feel free. That's what I'm here for, after all. But lurkers are always welcome, obviously. So... this guy. Don't know about him, don't care. Gorbach. Just a left back? No, it's a winger. I don't know about him. This gets even better. We have him for 1 season. They pay 15 euros a week from his wages, and we pay him 45. So as a result, effective wage is 30 euros a week. That's nothing. For a backup, that seems reasonably balanced. He might not have any potential, despite being 22 years old. I don't care though, that's fantastic. LOL. It's an exciting signing. He might become a P player. Let him play 5 matches. Can we give him number 8 maybe? Norman Ankun doesn't need it. Where are you again? Oh, but he'll be loaned out anyway. But whatever. And Severai wants number 10. Well, nobody else has it, so he might as well get it. Yep, sure. I'm not that stuck to numbers. So, we brought him in. Who shall say hello to him? He's balanced, media friendly. I think that's a Shinsu task. No, who's professional in this squad? Zakaria is. Great. Could you please... actually say hello to both? Perfect. Friggin' fantastic. I misclicked. Make an enemy goes away. Yes, there is a gap of 5 euros. I think we can afford it. Loan targets? Don't think so. Yes, more game time. You will have more game time in not playing league games there. Wait, we just wanted to save the money. That's... I can live with that. That's not so much. Better. I should probably also schedule friendlies here, but to be honest, I don't worry much about it. And I do not give the right to schedule friendlies for the under-19 or for the under-21 to anyone, because they will schedule a friendly that costs 100,000 euros and then you're done. The stuff in Football Manager is absurdly stupid sometimes. With the exception of, you know, if you play Man City or something, then you don't care about the money anymore. Also, apparently your former players join our local rivals, so... You know what? It feels like I got it right. He was a former Man City player, so obviously there must have been something wrong with him. Maybe it was about the money after all. Okay. Well, in that case, sorry for pointing you in that direction, but I find Guide to Football Manager usually very useful. So, anyway, I ranted on for like 10 minutes about my interpretation of it. Hopefully that helps. I don't know, ask somebody that plays a ton of Football Manager. Did you try Sore Loser recently? Maybe ask him. He's on the Discord. And Ross plays Football Manager for like 12 to 18 hours a day. Probably due to making videos, but he might have an idea. And it might be different than mine. That's a good thing. Also, somebody must convince him to come back to the stream at some point. He's been sorely missed, so in case you watch this, Ross, we miss you. Mika Billion too. And I think a few other people. But no, most of it. Sore Loser and Mika Billion. And that's not for the subscription, by the way. Just as a person, I think Mika Billion was a good addition to have around here. Yeah, we didn't want him. That said, he seems to be a good finisher. So the good part is, performances last season did result in us being able to offload some players. No, that's even better. So we didn't get rid of Van Lalpeka. McManamee's done though. Move him to the under-21s for now. We might be able to offload Amat and Matnor though. And in Amat's case, I think that's a very good idea. Given that our loaning club also plays in the Bella Piala, whatever it's called, he actually gets match experience there. He won't with us. So yes, I will definitely put him on the loan list and offer him. And Matnor, I think he needs to play too. So my concept right now, at the top of my head, is we bring in loan players that are for free. This guy doesn't cost much. He still needs to play. Do we have access to central defenders that are... I can't afford him, and well, that's it. Mario Contra. He's Romanian. That doesn't matter much to me, but I do not want an additional goalkeeper. We have one. By the way, where is he? He's here. Did we set training? It will be really, really interesting. Yeah, that's about it. Decisions and anticipation. Is this the same? It is not. Concentration and anticipation as well as reflexes is similar training. Positioning is decent, communication's decent. I don't think I will use this. Throwing and kicking might go to... No. He doesn't need specific training, does he? No emphasis for after practice, whatever. This one has a good long shot. Also decent natural fitness. Vision's okay, passing's 9, that's not that impressive. So Diego level. Susceptible to injury apparently. Hard to tell. I want to get rid of Da Costa Lima too. May not react well to being offered to other clubs. There's no market interest for him. I think Da Costa Lima will need to stick to the club for now. Same with Van Lalpeka, We did get rid of McManamy though. In fact, let me have a look at this. And Amat. So we managed to open up 2 foreign player slots to be a bit more careful with it. We could sign a foreign player if it comes to it. That costs 400 or 500 euros. New number 1 player in the squad, most important star player, whatever. And we still have a lot of flexibility in squad selection. Because what's left with foreign players here? Chinsi Sumis. In fact, let's just throw them for a second on the bench. Oh, it doesn't show here. Sure. The friendly doesn't care. So who's a foreign player here? But registration, we can have a look like this. Auto select this as well. If they are out on loan, they do not need to be registered. There's a maximum of 9 foreign players. We have 5. I think we can bring 6, including on the bench. So we have all the flexibility in the world. Despite signing an additional foreign player if it comes to it. And you obviously can go and join the youngster club. He's 18 years old though. Not sure why they would want to sign him. Oh, second friendly. Forgot about that. Anyone that shouldn't play? No issues, are there? So Amat's no longer wanted. Okay. Nor has been offered. Oh, Sarawak are interested. That's fine too. Sure. Get him. We hammered Percival. Do we get any scouting knowledge from this actually? I don't think so. Would be great though. Well, I did play in Indonesia. That said... Oh, we do have scouting knowledge in Indonesia already. It's very good though. Is this new? I think it was average previously. The character has Indonesian second nationality. I forgot about that. I could also try to travel to Brunei sometimes to get scouting knowledge there. Maybe watch the odd match. There's nothing like watching a full Football Manager match on stream in a random country of a random club. What's going on here? Oh, it's midnight! An episode, okay. So, we did do a short trip to Indonesia. The club is now 21 players strong in the senior squad. We do have 1,300 euros per week in wages available to us. Squad planner says this trash can go away. We have 2 goalkeepers, that's fine. We do have 2 right backs, that's fine too. Not Amat though, he doesn't belong here. That's alright. In fact, these 2 are very similar, they know each other on top of that. Central defenders, yes, that might be an issue, but not a primary concern right now. Again, we have options here, even though these 2 are no good. On the other hand, we got all the way into the Asian Champions League with this trash, so it's fine. Mazrin's no longer in here, why? Probably, I don't know what happened there. Because they're out of contract, that's it. So, I will remove these though for now. Malik's available, Maharzir is available, but Maharzir doesn't belong here. Zakaria is available, doesn't belong here either. We still have Ankun though. Yeah. And well, Malik is second option for the playmaker. Diego in theory also exists here. Zacharias here, Maharzir belongs there, that's true. In case it comes to it. Malik could also do the job here. And did we sign another ball-winning midfielder somewhere? I don't think we did. He didn't want to come. So ball-winning midfielder might be an issue. Despite Malik and Maharzir. This is Baru's position. And I'm not so sure about these two though. I guess we need quality here. Come here. There you go. You will still be number 1 here. Despite not having a new contract. This is no longer Vandal Pilka territory. If it ever was. It's fine. Huan is number 1 here. This is basically the same. I don't have a strong opinion on it. RC as well as Christopher makes sense. These two go away. And we have 2.5 strikers. So what's needed? Left back. That's it. We need a left back and afterwards we look for quality. For now though, what's needed is a nap. A longer one in fact. Tomorrow is, well, Friday for Easter, whatever you call it in English. So I might just have an additional minute or two to do an additional stream, and there will not be Bundesliga football, despite being Friday, so we might as well have Sarawak United football. No promises about the time though. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope to see you all tomorrow, most likely. And yeah, I will put the new signings on the Discord. If you didn't join yet, feel free to join. Otherwise, Mies, thank you very much for all the enjoyable conversations as always. See you next time. Bye.